1 and then the 2, 2 and then the 3, 3 and then the 4. Then you got a
what?
1 and then the 2, 2 and then the 3, 3 and the 4. Then you got a let me know if you know what that song is.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Let me know if you know what that song is. In the chat.
Whoa, calm down, Jamal.
But YouTube, it's your boy Nate. I'm back with another video. I wanted to do something new, something that was inspiring to me. Now, recently I've been getting like tattoos and stuff like that, and I was inspired by the video of people talking about their tattoo sort of experience and the experience of tattoos for the, the past year prior. Being is
that you
all that it is, 2025 now. Right now on the clock is about January
Today, Junior.
sort of setting. I like to talk about, the past tattoos that I received and have gotten done, and maybe some plans this upcoming year. And then hopefully I'm looking forward to around the end of the year as well. I didn't come up with this idea. Somebody else came up with this idea. His name is, Marco Ribeiro. Shouts out to you, man. And I like to talk about, a few pieces that I've gotten in the past year, and then, what possibly I'll look forward to and then come up in next year. So, before I even jump to that, I want to mention the craziest story that ever happened when it comes to me getting tattoos. So back when, I want to say that it was between late December, about 2023, I'm looking for like potential pieces that I want, and I'm like kind of getting my money together, because like a real thing about tattoos is because you want to find out what sort of pieces you want, and they're really cost effective, especially the ones you really want to get. They're really cost effective depending on what you get and stuff like that. I ended up reaching out to this dude on Instagram, and we chatted for about back and forth, and we scheduled a plan, but he wanted a deposit from the beginning without even meeting it, scheduling the time and anything like that. So I thought we scheduled the time and the meeting and stuff. Long story short, I got scammed.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
I ain't gonna lie, I got scammed. I was like super uber excited to like, get tattooed, that I wasn't paying attention to the warning signs of like being aware of my sort of interaction. But the interactions that I had with this person, it seemed so genuine. And then I got scammed out of $100. So my first ever tattoo experience was getting scammed out of $100.
I got about
$200 for a tattoo. The first piece I ever got involved the piece that he was doing, and then like putting that sort of piece illustration on my back. So I mean, that piece was kind of interesting. So those who know me, those who don't give a damn, I'm still telling you.
We do not care.
I grew up in the city of Philly, and that's kind of my home. Having that city and that, that story behind my back, essentially, physically and mentally. So I thought of the idea of like having, just a city name and the city sort of skyline on the back piece. I had it kind of motto and design after, the Philadelphia Inquirer. And that's kind of like the city kind of sort of newspaper. I know that's kind of old when you talk about newspaper.
Keep doing what you're doing, huh? Keep doing what you're doing, huh?
But the one that's like kind of online, people know about the Philadelphia Inquirer. So that sort of, wording and wordplay kind of added. I guess in my mind, I was thinking go big or go home in that regard. So yeah, I went with an extremely large, sort of big, sort of back piece. That person, as of this moment, currently, he's done all my pieces. He's done all the pieces that I've done. And then a week later, he wanted me to, since it was my first tattoo, he wanted me to take a picture of it and send it to him and show it to him. It was my next sort of piece, January 2024. And so the initial thought was like anime. So I grew up watching like anime, and my favorite anime of all time, stuff like that. I grew up with Dragon Ball Z. You know, Dragon actually summoned the Dragon Balls, which is Shenron. So the guy who did the piece, I was telling him about, yeah, I want a Dragon sort of piece coming on, you know, this collarbone sort of area, where there was kind of like a, you know, a weaving in and out of the collarbone sort of style. So I was like, hey, can you do a combination where the dragon is still doing that, but weaving in and out of the collarbones, you know, putting your take and your spin on certain things to like be a little bit more creative in that regard. My next sort of piece didn't come later in until like for November. I still wanted to get my, you know, my back sort of piece done, because initially he did with the words in the back of my back, and then adding that sort of skyline, sort of, you know, the bridge, you know, the Market Frankfurt line, and, you know, just overall, just like a skyline sort of piece, trying to put that sort of together, which I kind of appreciate and love. And now for my final piece, at the moment, is my my left, what is this called again?
You stupid.
So stupid. My left shoulder piece. I got this Medusa sort of piece, combination of Medusa sort of piece. And again, the tattoo artist that I go to, again, I enjoy his work. So he posted a thing on Instagram where it was Medusa's head, kind of like similar as in that sort of statue sort of image. I'm planning on beginning on work with him probably the rest of, you know, this year, and then probably finish off the rest of this sleeve, and then we'll see how it goes from there, depending on what it is afterwards. As far as my plans for like 2025 go, again, I'm thinking about finishing up the rest of my sleeve, finishing off my left forearm sort of sleeve, the combination of finishing off the chest piece. And I got plans of like traveling all across the country, you know, outside of the country. I got plans of like doing that, and I'm thinking about maybe getting tattoos out there in that sort of regard. You know, I'm not going to tell you where I'm going to go, but you're just going to have to follow the journey and kind of find out, you know, where I get this piece from. And then who knows, I'll explain to, you know, what's going on. Overall, I think the pieces, you know, that I have that I really enjoy, I enjoy all of them. And it's really my first kind of start getting into like the tattoo game. Will I go extremely crazy on it? I mean, who knows? At least like a combination of both sleeves done. And as far as like a chest sort of piece, finishing that sort of up on the left hand side, and I got like ideas on the left hand side in that regard. So to y'all, it's up to y'all. So you're just gonna have to just, you know, have to wait and see, and I'll give y'all an update. I mean, I'll do my best to try to put these pictures up so you can kind of take a look at it. Maybe you'll get inspired in that regard, as well as shouts out to Marco Ribeiro.
No.
I think it's Roberto, how you pronounce it, but I'll put a link into his YouTube, you know, the video that really inspired me to make this video, and as well as I'll put a link in the description of my Instagram and the tattoo person that I go to. Feel free to ask me, feel free to, you know, I'll try to answer any questions I can, you know, leave a like, you know, comment in the section, subscribe, whatever. I'm not really into that, you know, asking people stuff like that. I might even cut this part out of the video. Nah, I won't. But leave a like, you know, at least in that regard. You know, if you have any more questions, you know, my Instagram and stuff like that. Till then, hey, it's Nate, and I'm out.